Did you know that something as simple as taking a shower at the wrong time of day could put your health, maybe even your life at risk? Especially if you're over the age of 70, this isn't just a casual tip. It could be life-changing. Now I know what you might be thinking. I've been showering in the morning my whole life. What could possibly be wrong with that? And that's completely understandable. But as we get older, our bodies start reacting differently to even the most ordinary parts of our daily routine. And one of the biggest hidden dangers, the bathroom. Every year, thousands of older adults end up in the hospital not because of illness or some outside accident, but because of what happens behind closed doors in the one room we all think of as safe, the bathroom. And often it's something as small as the time of day they chose to shower that made the difference. We're not here to scare you. We're here to empower you. Because once you understand what's really happening inside your body during certain hours, especially those early morning hours, you'll realize that making one tiny shift in your routine could help you avoid dizziness, sudden drops in blood pressure, or even a fall that leads to something much worse. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 simple, powerful changes you can make to stay safe, steady, and independent. And trust me, every single one is doable starting today. Whether it's adjusting your shower time, staying hydrated, or just tweaking your bathroom setup, you've got more control than you think. So let me ask you, when was the last time you thought about how and when you shower? If it's been a while, don't worry. You're in the right place. Let's dive in. Let's start with something that might surprise you: the most dangerous time to take a shower if you're over 70. You might be thinking, dangerous. It's just a shower. But hear me out, because this could save your life or the life of someone you love. Between 4 Uhr and 8 a.m., your body is going through something called a morning surge. It's a natural process where your blood pressure after dipping during the night spikes rapidly when you wake up. For younger folks, this isn't a big deal. But for seniors, this sudden jump can put serious stress on your heart and circulation. Imagine this: you're half awake, your body's still adjusting, and then you step into a steamy hot shower. That shock to your system can trigger dizziness, fainting, even heart attacks or strokes. It's not just theory, it's real. Let me tell you about Stanley Peterson, a 75-year-old man in great shape. He lived alone, exercised regularly, and felt totally healthy. But one morning around 6 a.m., his daughter found him collapsed in the bathroom. He'd simply gone in for his usual morning shower, something he'd done for decades. Tragically, it was that very routine that cost him his life. The good news: this is a risk we can completely avoid. Experts recommend showering between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., a time when your body is more stable, alert, and better equipped to handle the heat and movement. So if you're someone who's always been an early bird, I get it. Habits are hard to change, but your body isn't what it used to be, and that's okay. The smart move is to adapt with it, because a small change in timing could mean the difference between a refreshing start to your day or a serious emergency. Now let's talk about something that almost no one thinks twice about, but really should: the temperature of your shower water. A hot shower feels amazing, right? Especially first thing in the morning. It warms you up, loosens your muscles, and gives you that comforting start to the day. But here's the thing: after age 70, your body doesn't handle temperature the way it used to. Our internal systems start to slow down, including the way we regulate heat. So while that hot water may feel relaxing, it can actually trigger a dangerous response, one that affects your heart and blood pressure. When you step into a hot shower, your blood vessels expand quickly, which can cause your blood pressure to drop suddenly. And if your body isn't able to adjust in time, you might feel dizzy, lightheaded, or even faint, all in a matter of seconds. I'll give you an example. Albert Reynolds, 83 years old, had always been sharp and independent. He started every day with a steaming hot shower, just like he had for years. But one morning, that heat caused his heart rhythm to go off track. He blacked out and was rushed to the hospital. Doctors said if it had gone just a few minutes longer, he might not have made it. The solution? It's simple and smart. Keep your shower water lukewarm between 95 and 100 degrees Fahrenheit. That's still warm and comfortable, but much safer for your heart and blood pressure. And if you haven't done so, already consider installing a temperature control valve or anti-scald device. They're affordable, easy to use, and can make a world of difference. Remember, your shower should be a safe, soothing start to your day, not a hidden hazard. A small change in temperature could mean a big difference in how you feel and how long you stay healthy and independent. Here's something that slips under the radar for a lot of people, but it really shouldn't: how your morning medications interact with your shower routine. If you take medicine to manage your blood pressure, your heart, or your circulation, and you shower shortly after, this one's especially important. Let's say you wake up, take your pill, and hop into the shower. That's a common routine, right? But here's the issue. Many medications, especially those for blood pressure, are designed to lower your blood pressure. That's their job. Now imagine adding a warm shower on top of that, where the heat relaxes your blood vessels even more. What you get is what doctors call a double drop. Your blood pressure goes down because of the pill, and then drops even further because of the hot water and the upright posture. And that's when dizziness, blurry vision, or even fainting can hit you, often without warning. Take Patricia Sullivan, age 76. She used to take her medication at 6:30 a.m., then step straight into the shower. For months, she thought the spinning sensation she felt was just part of aging. Turns out it was her routine that was putting her at risk every single morning. The solution here is simple but powerful. Wait at least 2 hours after taking your medication before you shower. Let your body adjust. Let your blood pressure settle. And even better, have a chat with your doctor about timing. Maybe your medication can be taken a little later, or in a way that fits better with your daily habits. You've got enough to juggle without worrying about fainting in the shower. A little planning, a little timing, and you'll stay safe, steady, and strong. Remember, your routine should work with your body, not against it. Now let's talk about something that's so simple yet often overlooked: lighting in your bathroom, especially in the early morning. You might think I've walked that bathroom path for years. I know it like the back of my hand. But here's the truth. Our eyes change with age, and those familiar spaces might not be as safe as they used to be. After the age of 70, the average person loses up to 60% of their ability to see in low light. That means the difference between a dry tile and a slippery puddle. It gets harder to spot. The edge of the bathtub, the step into the shower. All those little things we used to navigate without thinking can turn into serious hazards, especially before the sun is fully up. Let me share the story of Gregory Harrison, age 81. He got up around 5:30 a.m. for his usual morning shower. Everything seemed fine until he stepped onto a wet tile he didn't see. He slipped, fell, and broke his hip. Later, he told his family, "If it had just been a little brighter, I probably would have seen that puddle." So what can we do? Fortunately, this fix is easy and affordable. Start by installing a few motion sensor night lights in your hallway and bathroom. These gentle lights turn on automatically when you move and can guide your way even before sunrise. Then look at your bath mats and rugs. Choose non-slip mats in bright, high-contrast colors, something your eyes can easily pick up even in dim light. It's not about fear. It's about being prepared and protecting your independence. A brighter path to the bathroom might not seem like a big deal, but it could be the very thing that helps you stay safe, steady, and living confidently at home. Here's a question for you. What's the very first thing you do after waking up? Do you drink a glass of water or head straight to the shower? If you're like many folks, drinking water might not be high on your list first thing in the morning. But here's why it should be, especially if you're over 70. After a full night of sleep, your body naturally wakes up in a mildly dehydrated state. That means your blood volume is lower and your heart has to work harder to pump oxygen throughout your system. Now combine that with stepping into a warm shower where heat pulls blood toward your legs to help regulate your temperature. Suddenly, your brain isn't getting quite enough oxygenated blood, and that's when you can feel lightheaded, dizzy, or even pass out. This isn't just theory, it's happening to real people. Take Leonard Sullivan, 77 years old. He used to feel shaky in the shower almost every morning. He thought it was just part of getting older. But after a visit to his doctor, he made one small change. He started drinking a full glass of water 15 minutes before showering. Just like that, the dizzy spells stopped. Why? Because that bit of hydration helps restore blood volume and gives your body what it needs to function properly, especially when transitioning from rest to movement. It's such a simple fix, but it's easy to overlook. So here's your gentle reminder. Keep a bottle or glass of water by your bedside. When you wake up, take a few sips, give your body 10 to 15 minutes, and then step into your day. Sometimes the smallest habits, like staying hydrated, can protect you from the biggest risks. Your safety doesn't have to be complicated. It just starts with a little water and a little awareness. Let's talk about something we don't often think about, but we absolutely should: what happens after a fall, especially early in the morning. Now, we all know that falling is a serious concern as we age. But what many people don't realize is that when you fall can be just as important as how you fall. If an accident happens between 4 and 8 a.m., those quiet early hours, there's often no one around to notice. Family members might still be asleep. Neighbors haven't started their day. And if you live alone, the delay in getting help can be the most dangerous part of all. Doctors call the first 60 minutes after a serious fall the golden hour. That's the window when receiving help can prevent complications like internal bleeding shock or even long-term disability. But if you're lying on a cold tile floor for 3 or 4 hours with no one to check on you, that golden hour is long gone. Let me share the story of Beatrice Harper, 73 years old. One morning just before 6 a.m., she slipped in the bathroom. She didn't have a medical alert device, and no one checked in until nearly 10 a.m. By then, she was cold in pain and dealing with complications that could have been avoided. So what can we do to protect ourselves or someone we love? First, consider installing a waterproof emergency button in your shower or bathroom area. It's a small device, but it can make a life-saving difference. Second, set up a daily morning check-in, just a quick phone call or text with a friend, neighbor, or family member. It takes seconds, but it could give you peace of mind and keep you connected. You don't have to live in fear. Just take a few smart steps to make sure help is never too far away, no matter what time of day it is. Let's talk about something we don't often consider when it comes to shower safety: your brain. We spend a lot of time thinking about balance, blood pressure, or vision, but here's a question for you. How mentally sharp do you feel first thing in the morning? If you're over 70, you might notice that your mind feels a bit slower, your thoughts a little foggier. That's not your imagination, it's biology. Studies from places like Stanford have shown that between 4 and 8 a.m., our cognitive function, our ability to think, react, and make decisions is at its lowest. In fact, for older adults, reaction time can be reduced by up to 30% during these early hours. That's huge. Now imagine being in a slippery shower when the hot water suddenly spikes, or your foot slips just a little and your brain doesn't register it fast enough. That tiny delay can be the difference between catching yourself and taking a hard fall. Let me tell you about Franklin Wilson, age 79. He was known for being sharp, active, and independent. But one morning during his usual 6 a.m. shower, the water temperature suddenly shifted. Normally, he would have adjusted it instantly, but that day, his mind was still foggy, and before he could react, he suffered second-degree burns, all because of timing. So here's what I recommend. Try to shower between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., when your brain is more alert and ready to respond. If you feel groggy in the morning, give yourself time to fully wake up, and consider using a gentle timer or alarm in the bathroom just to remind you not to linger too long while your body's still adjusting. Your brain is your best safety tool, but only if you give it time to work at full power. Listen to it, support it, and adjust your routine to match the rhythm of your mind. So now that we've walked through these 7 powerful insights, let me ask you, did any of them surprise you? Maybe you've been doing things the same way for years, and I get it. These routines become part of who we are. But here's the encouraging truth. You don't need to give up the habits that bring you comfort or structure. You just need to adjust them to work with the body and mind you have today. And that doesn't mean flipping your whole life upside down. It means making a few smart, gentle shifts, changing the time you shower to when your body is more alert and stable, turning down the water temperature just a few degrees, drinking a glass of water before you even step into the bathroom, giving your medication time to work before you add heat or movement, and setting up a few simple safety tools like motion lights, non-slip mats, or a waterproof emergency button. Every one of these things is small, but together they create a safer, steadier, more confident you. You know, I think about how many people in this world, especially folks over 70, have spent decades caring for others, raising families, supporting friends, showing up day after day. Maybe that's you. And now it's your turn. It's time to care for you. Your health, your peace of mind, your independence, it all matters. And sometimes it's the tiniest decisions like what time you take a shower that make the biggest difference. If this video gave you something to think about, consider sharing it with someone you love. Maybe it'll spark a change for them too. And if you're planning to make one of these changes, I'd love to hear which one in the comments. Take care of yourself. You've more than earned it.